Hello there, and we are live. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the big show, man. It's the Ryan and Claude show, episode 12. Hey, Ryan. No, I
Yes,
always got
yes.
my partner with me here, Ryan. Ryan, you're welcome to the show, man.
How are we doing, guys? How are we doing? Thanks for
How we
tuning in.
doing? How we doing? How we doing? See, yeah, guys, today is gonna be a very, very special day. Mont is coming. Our special guest, Mont, is coming on today. To come chop it up with us. Deji Spores will also be here with us to come chop it up with us too. And my good friend too, CFC OG, will be coming. All of them will be coming by 8 p.m. to, steady the ship for us. And let's see where we go with the whole argument and the old rant and bant. But before then, we'll give you a good 30 minutes of the Ryan and Claude show. Ryan, you're welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah, man. Thanks for letting this happen again.
Yeah,
We've been away for a couple of weeks, but
couple
we're
of
back.
weeks.
We're back with a bit of a bang with a nice
Exactly.
full episode.
Ryan, we're sitting at the top of the table, 5 points clear away from Manchester City. What do you think? Take us through what you think.
Well, let's have it right. So we're 5 points clear because City have lost at home to a team that we beat away from home, a team that's apparently no good, and they're not going to show
Yeah.
anyone anything, any steel. We basically just turned up and turned them over because they were no good, not because we're good. Obviously, it's because obviously they're no good. Then they go away to
They were poor.
then they go away to the feared Etihad, the everyone's favourite for, and possibly rightly so, but everyone's favourite for the league, and
For
then
the league title.
and then smash them. So
You,
so
you know
no,
what? You know what? You know what, Ryan? Before you take us through our own match or whatever that happened, Ryan, Manchester City beaten at home by no other person but by Ivan Toney. 2 goals from Ivan Toney sinks the Manx at the heart of the Etihad in Manchester. Just take us through the feeling, uh, what you had during that period, what you felt during that period. Like, just tell me what your experience was like.
it's just they're a strong team, Brentford, and people laugh it off because they only came up last year. But they've got these kind of players like Ivan Toney's who can just he can turn defenses inside out. So the fact that we kept him so quiet when we played him just shows how well we can defend. I mean,
True.
people want to still try and laugh at our defenses. They want to laugh at Gabriel or Ben White or Tini or whoever. But the fact that we can keep Ivan Toney really, really quiet, not relatively quiet, I mean proper quiet. The guy did nothing.
Proper quiet, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Proper.
But he can turn up against Man City, score 2, could have had 4 at least. Man.
Exactly, man. On a good day.
Nah, like before he scored, I think he missed about 2, and I was like, this isn't his day. Yeah, he's playing well, but he's missing them chances, and then all of a sudden he just shows who he is, and he scores harder chances than he misses. Do you know what I mean? He misses the easy ones, and then the tougher ones he'll stick away no problem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he'll just bury them.
Yeah, he's a quality player, and honestly, a shock that he's not going to the World Cup. I don't get that. I don't get it. I think he should be there. We could get rid of one of the right backs. We've taken about 12 again.
Yeah, because
and then maybe
I don't know.
Ivan
England is
Toney
taking how many defenders, and you don't have a potent striker. To me, see, Wilson is good. I like Wilson, but is it the best out there? No. Is it better than Ivan Toney? The answer is no. For me, I don't know. How do you see it? If it's me, I'll be going to England. I want to I want to go to Qatar. If I'm in that World Cup, I want to go to Qatar knowing that I have a killer in my team. Right now, the only killer in that strike force for England is Harry Maguire, to be very sincere with you.
Harry Kane.
Sorry, Harry Kane.
I mean, you was right. You
I was right. Yeah. He's a
Harry Maguire's a
killer.
killer. He's a proper killer.
He's a
He will
killer.
kill him, but not the one you was on about.
Exactly. Oh, I'm talking about Harry Kane. So Harry Kane is, to me, in the strike force, is the only killer in front of goal. Who other person in that English team have the same type of grit, the same type of hunger like Ivan Tony?
I mean, I think Callum Wilson's a sound player. I think,
You
but
think so?
honestly, I think Ivan Tony's better though. I would have Ivan Tony. I think because of where Newcastle are, the position they're in at the minute,
Yeah.
that's what's helped him get there. But saying that, they've got Dan Burn who's playing very well, and he's not being picked because Aaron Maguire's getting picked and he's not even been playing. And they've
Being
got
played,
players
right?
like Calvin Phillips has played about 10 minutes all season, and he's just
Yeah.
straight on the plane. So that
Playing.
again,
Yeah,
but yeah, for
I'll come
me,
back. I'll come back to you, Ryan. Guys in the chat and everyone who is going to come into the show. Our special guest today, Mons. Of course, you know Mons from the Big Six band is coming today, 8 p.m. It will soon show up. Deji Spores is coming. Totenham Hotspur have a shout down here. They're coming, today. And CFCOG from Chelsea Football Club is coming down today. Guys, it's going to be off the hook today. Me and Ryan are just going to sit back and just look at these kids and just laugh at them today because we're top of the table. We're happy. 5 points sitting at the top of the Premiership, while these other teams are just up there struggling. So when they come to the show at 8 p.m., they're going to be fighting each other. We'll just sit back and laugh at them. But our special guest, Mont of the Big Six band, is coming up to the show 8 p.m. Same thing with our special guest to Deji Spores and also another special guest, CFCOG, coming. All of them 8 o'clock lined up for you guys, to have a feast today. But before then, me and Ryan Maguire, not Harry Maguire, but Ryan Maguire. We'll chop it up till that 8 p.m. So, see, Ryan, Ivan Tony doing a very, very clinical job, sinking Manchester City. Arsenal really, really needed to step up the plate, uh, increase the intensity of our play against Wolves, and we did it. We went there and we did it at the Molineux. What do you think? And we
yeah,
sit.
yeah, we were very solid. We were very solid. It was a game that we didn't look like losing the whole time. It was a very polished performance. It was good because obviously Wolves are struggling at the minute. I know. It could be seen as a match where we should easily win, to be honest. But
Mhm.
obviously it was a way which adds a bit of the trickiness to it. But there was pressure on that match. The fact that, do you know what I mean? The
Yeah,
fact
there
that they
was
had
big.
that
Come on, there was
chance,
big pressure. Big pressure.
yeah,
Big
we've
one.
had that chance to go a couple of points clear. That could have been on in the players' heads 110%, and the fact that it was just utterly professional and getting the job done, yeah,
Yeah.
it was very good. It was a very sound performance.
Very, very sound performance. And see, yeah, Odegaard this season have always been this kind of very, very divisive figure in that Arsenal team. But you know what? When we needed our captain to just give us that win, he showed up. He has been at the back end of lots of criticism, this season. But bro, he came back on and he did the job and he got us our 2 goals. What do you think, Ryan? Two good
It's
goals
it
from him.
it's one of them with Odegaard this season. I think the fact that he's been made the permanent captain, I think that's added fuel to the fire to some fans to get the complaints in, or to get
Ryan, before you
slight
complete that
issues in.
statement,
Or
the sports capital, Monse, our very, very big friend, Monse has rebranded his channel to the sports capital. So, of course, he's our very, very big friend here. You can go there and subscribe to his channel at the sports capital. He's throwing shots at you. He says, "Is it fancy dress?" As he has a channel on. Please
it is,
answer
it is.
Monse, who is a Manchester United
You
fan.
know what?
Come on,
You
go
know
for
what?
him.
It's definite fancy dress. I've decided, you know what, today we did the show. Coming up to 5 minutes before the show, you know what I thought? You know what? I'm going to go as fancy dress. I'm going to go as the team sitting on top of the fucking table. So I put this top on.
Yes!
I
Come
put
on,
the
you
top
gunners! Come
on.
on!
Fancy dress for this year's champions. You know what I
True,
mean? Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's me fancy dress sports capital
Monse,
or whatever they're called.
Monse, I cannot wait to come to your show by December because I need to be there. You know, I need to be there because see, yeah, gone are those days where these other teams would mock Arsenal Football Club, destroy us in the public media, in social media, you know, laugh at us, banter us in the worst form. Now we're back, you know, we're back. Gooners are now showing up in all these places with full chest on. Like, see, man, Ryan, our confidence is back. We're winning. We're sitting at the top of the table. No one can harm us. Manchester City is looking the weakest they've looked in about 8 9 years. You know, this is the worst that they've been. Yeah, of course, it's a team that starts slow, but man, there's nothing slow about this. I think they've lost 2 matches this season, right, Ryan? I think they've lost two matches this season. They've drawn two. They've drawn against Aston Villa. They've drawn against Newcastle at St James Park. They lost against Brentford, and they lost. Who beat them? Who beat them? Who beat Manchester City?
No, I think they might have. I think they've drawn 2 and lost.
I think they've
possibly.
drawn 2 and
Possibly.
yeah, they've drawn 2 and lost 1. Yeah. So
I
don't
can't
know,
remember them losing before that.
but I don't know, man. I don't care about Manchester City because right now they're second. But you know what? Can you complete your statement? What you were talking about Martin Odegaard and his 2 lovely goals at the Molineux.
To be honest, right, there was an interview with Guardiola where he said that the start they've had this season is one of their best starts before they lost against Brentford. It's one of their best starts for quite a few years, but no one's talking about it because of how well we've started. Do you know what I mean? That they've started because, like you're saying, they've started pretty slow. Obviously, last season they started with a loss and there was a draw in there. So they do start kind of slow. So this is one of the best starts they've had, but they're not even on top because of how well we've started. But yeah, like I said, if you look at Odegaard, I just think because he's been made captain, that's what fans are using as their way to get. If there's any issue, if we're drawing a game or we're not playing as well, it seems like the first port of call is to ask what Odegaard's doing or to see where Odegaard is. It's kind of what happened to Xhaka when he was captain looks kind of like it could happen to Odegaard because that's what he seems to be the brunt of all the fans' displeasures. Do you know what I mean? With whatever the performance is, it seems to be aimed at him a bit. But it's just for me, he's doing very, very well. I mean, my only issue with Odegaard has been in the past that he doesn't shoot enough. And the guy started getting goals. He got 2 goals a week. He's scored before. I think he's our top scorer this season, actually.
I think so. Not mistaken, man. Like he's been scoring. You can't fault him at this point. Of course, he has been at the back end of lots of drop. In his intensity, in his style of play, and everything. But see, he's been when we've needed him to show up, he showed up. We needed him against Wolves, and he showed up, and he scored those 2 lovely goals. You can't fault that. That's what you want from your captain. When you really need him to step up, he steps up.
Yeah, of course.
I just feel that the criticism he's gotten this season is a little bit harsh. Don't you think?
Yeah, I definitely do. That's why I just think it's because because he's young, because of his age, he's only just come in. Well, see what's it been about season since last January, something like that. The season and a half, is it? So he's not been here long, and we've given him the captaincy. So I feel like that's the main issue with some of the fans, and that's why they're giving him these criticisms. But yeah, I feel like it's very undue because I feel like when he's playing well, the team plays well. You've got to look at his position as well. Obviously, he's an attacking midfielder. So a lot of captains are defensive midfielders or central defenders. So they're in the middle of the park, making strong tackles. The ball's going through them constant. you can't ask Odegaard to be there because it's not his position. So
It's not his position, right?
if your issue is the fact that he's not in the middle of the park bollocking all the players or getting the ball through him constant, you're never going to be happy because that's where Partey and Xhaka are. That's their positions. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously it doesn't look like he's the loudest voice on the pitch, but it doesn't need to be that because we've got other big players like your Xhakas and your Gabriels.
And the Gabriels.
He's obviously that character. It's the character behind the scenes. There's a character in the dressing rooms. He's the captain of his country. And like you're saying, when we need him to play well, he does play well. And like we won by 2 goals. The 2 goals were both from him, the captain. We can't ask for more. To be honest, I don't think we can.
Okay, see, Ryan, I just want to ask you this one. With what is going on in that top 4 position? The traditional top 4, they've all disappeared apart from City. Right now, the only legitimate top 4 in that standings right now is Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspurs. The team that has broken into that position right now is Newcastle. To what extent can you rate that Newcastle? See, it's simple and easy for everyone to keep overlooking these guys, but man, Ryan, they are 2 points away from Manchester City, whom everyone have already given the title to already this season. They're 2 points away from them. What do you think about Newcastle legitimately this season?
I mean, I said it at the beginning of the season, the ones to watch to break into them European places. I'm not sure if I 100% thought they was going to break into the Champions League places, but I always thought that the top 4, I always thought that breaking into top 4 was going to be tough this season for just for every team trying to get in there, mainly because the amount of teams that are now going for top 4 there's legitimately 7, maybe 8 teams that could all come 4th. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to be a struggle. But if I was at the beginning of the season, if I would have picked an outside team to get 4th, it would have been Newcastle. But obviously, other teams are coming strong as well. But like you're saying, 2 points behind City. They've gone about the business perfectly in pretty much every single way. When they got the money in, they've not splashed it on big names. They're not playing Football Manager like Bowley at Chelsea. They're doing it
Football
perfectly.
Manager. Oh my God, man, that was brutal. Man.
Like that, they're not searching for who's worth the most and splashing out money. Because, for example, right, I honestly believe like a name like Lautaro Martinez into Milan's linked with every team pretty much every season.
Pretty much,
80 million, 70, whatever. I wouldn't surprise me if Newcastle went out and threw 100 million and brought Lautaro Martinez in. I feel like they could have done that, but they just didn't. They just didn't. They went from the lad from Burnley. It was big money, but they knew what kind of player they needed. And it worked, and it's worked well. Get the lad's in form now, even now, and it was January when he came in. So like they could have done stuff like that. Even City did that straight away when they signed David Silva. David Silva went on to be a quality player, but it was just one of them names where you thought they're just playing Football Manager. But Newcastle aren't doing that. They've got Eddie Howe. They're signing the slightly smaller names, although they signed Isak, which hasn't worked out, which helps my point even more. The fact that
he is injured. But he's injured. He is injured.
Yeah, exactly.
And even before he went on, before he got that injury, he was scoring still.
That's my point, though. The guy, they've spent 80 million. They've got a striker from La Liga. He's come to the Premier League, played 2 games. He's fucked off injured because he can't hack it. Do you know what I mean? It's that's the league. So that's my point. So that's why they signed the Burnley striker, and then replaced him for Isak. Got injured because he's been bashed about, obviously.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. But the way they've gone about the business has been pretty much perfect, and it wouldn't
Yeah,
surprise me if they
but
were
again,
fourth or third.
but again, they're scoring goals. Hey, Ryan, see, yeah, do you know who has just joined us right now? It's okay. We have our members here. Amy Baba, big shout out to you, my brother. Big member here. Crest member. City lost two and draw two. Yeah, I knew they drew against Aston Villa and Newcastle. I've just forgotten the other person they lost to. Um, yeah, and we also have our big friend here and also a Crest member here too. Big up Tony and Ryan, Anthony Herbert. Anthony Herbert, are you doing a show on Friday? Please let us know. And our long lost friend here, Tony Gerard TV. Big up to you. God bless you, my brother. He says Newcastle are formidable, but I feel they shot. Don't know what will happen by January, but gonna be massive for them to make top four. And see, Ryan, do you know the person I'm very, very happy that's back on the show? She's back running again. She's back strong. It's this person, Miss Melina. Three gunshots salute for you. Pooh, pooh, pooh. Miss Melina, our friend. See, Miss Melina, she traveled to London. She's a big friend of this show. She traveled to London. She went back to Canada, our hometown, and she was sick. She got pneumonia or something like that. Ryan, I as a man haven't cried in for the past 15 years, but because of how close me and this lady are, I've gotten. The extent we've gotten to Miss Melina, I shed tears first time in 15 years for this lady, because for this short period I've known her in the industry, she's been such a nice person, such a good person. And to just hear that kind of thing happen to her, and then all my socials all turn to, pray for Miss Melina, pray for Miss Melina, and she has a lovely channel and she's doing something quite good. She helps people, very nice human being as a person. And right now, I don't know, she just came back miraculously, because everyone were praying for her. And right now she's back on the show, So big shout to you, Miss Melina. Ryan, what do you have to say to Miss Melina? And you know what? She's also a new member. She just got her membership ticket right now, Ryan. We have a new member. Guna Melissa. Big ups to you. And Miss Melissa says here, Miss Melina became a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Miss Melina. And she says, thank you, Tony. I'm so glad to be home. Been 2 weeks. Lady, you're welcome home. You're welcome home. And I'm happy. I'm happy you're strong. I'm happy you're better. And when you're a little bit better, I'll bring you down to the show. So let's chop it up with you. And of course, you said here, hi, Tony. Thank you. I got sent home today, but have to go to physio and rehab. Thank you for your well wishes, Tony. Thank you very much, Miss Melina, our new member. Thank you for, just chopping it up with us here. And I'll catch you soon. See, Ryan, back to the business before the big hitters start coming in. I'm talking of Mons, of the Big Six Band. And CFCOG, Deji stuck in traffic, but it's still going to come in by 8 p.m. Of course, yeah, all the Tottenham Hotspur guys, they're stuck in traffic. They don't want to show up to anywhere, But you know what? Deji always shows up anyway. Deji always shows up. He's that kind of guy that can take a bant anytime, any day. But today he might just run away because other big hitters are coming too. So see, Ryan, just before we get into all that, Ryan, our challenge this season. Are we tied to contenders this season? I've asked this question time and time again. Ryan, are we tied to contenders? Speak to these people. Talk to them. Talk to them. Talk to them.
I've said we're title contenders since, I don't know, second, third weekend, maybe. I do believe we're title contenders. I want to say
You heard it
contenders.
right.
I'm not I'm not saying we're title winners, but I'm definitely saying we're title contenders and that we will be there or thereabouts. And I'm glad you brought that comment up there. We will be laughing at you when you bottle it again.
He's a Manchester United fan. It's Monty, my
listen,
friend. And that's what he has to say for us this season.
It's even worse. Like, at least we've had chance to bottle it. Like, no, I can't say that because that's not what I was going to say. My argument back to that is bottle what again? We've not even been in them places for so many years. But then,
imagine.
When was they in the place? Obviously, they've not challenged since Alex Ferguson, and we know we know all about that crap. So there's no honestly. I didn't know who the sports capital was. I'm afraid I didn't know who they supported. I seen the comments.
He supports Manchester United. He's a Manchester United fan.
Well, this is it.
He's a Manchester United fan.
I seen the comments. I thought he sounds a bit daft. Sounds like he's a little bit tapped. He's a little bit lost it a bit, and then lo and behold, they support Man United. Oh, there's no surprise.
The sports capital said we will all be laughing when you bottle it again. See, and this is the problem. See, Ryan, is it that these people don't believe in Arsenal or they're in denial? Because we're number one in that league. Manchester City have been faltering this season. They've lost 2, drawn 2. Arsenal have only lost 1 against, okay, good, Manchester United. So it has a case. Good and okay. All right, they beat us. We take that one until we come back for the rematch. But Ryan, they are all waiting for us to bottle it. Do you think Arsenal doesn't have the mettle to go on this season?
Yeah. They might have beat us, but then they get spanked by Aston Villa, so they're honestly they're not even in the conversation at the minute.
They're not in the conversation, bro. They're not in the conversation.
I think it's the fact that they don't want us to win it. They do not want us to win it because if you go back 2.5, 3 years ago, we had Frank Lampard at Chelsea, Solskjaer at United, Arteta at Arsenal, and it was the big debate, wasn't it? Which manager goes first? And Arteta was pretty much always the favourite. I mean, Lampard was always gonna do rubbish. He couldn't do anything with Derby. Solskjaer's weren't at the level at all for United. He couldn't even park in Ferguson's space. He's not got the mentality whatsoever. So because of that kind of argument, they don't want us to win it because they're just going to be completely wrong.
Very wrong.
When Arteta wins the league with Arsenal, it's going to be a dark day for the rivals.
It's really going to be a dark day because all these guys here, they'll all be shook. Like all of them, they'll all be shook. See, Arsenal is top of the league right now. Liverpool having a disgraceful season. Of course, Mons will be joining us 8 o'clock. He's coming. Deji Sports still stuck in traffic. He'll be coming. Deji Sports announced to everywhere. He came to this show, not at the Ryan and Claude show, but to the Minority Report, which is my show with Deji Sports, and he he declared that he was gonna win the league, or he was gonna win the Champions League this season. Not with that back four. Not with Romero. Romero is injured, I think, right now. Dyer has been diabolical in his defending this season. You know, these guys can't hack it. They can't. But see, look into the chances of Tottenham Hotspurs this season. How do you see them? They had the best start to the season, right?
They had a good start, not as good as us, but the start was okay. You know, it was good. It was a good start. They seem to have faltered a bit. The results have dropped off slightly. I think they won the last game, but results seem to drop off. But they still remain fourth. They still remain around fourth and third. So the challenging for Champions League, I do anticipate them to be challenging pretty much all season. They've got a manager in Conte that you'd expect to bring some form of success. It depends what the success is they're after. If it's qualifying for Champions League, I think he's would be one of the guys to get them there. Obviously, they're not there for challenging for the big trophies like the Champions League and the league. So I think that's where the issue is, because he'll jump ship when they don't win that. But from Tottenham's point of view, getting Champions League would be perfectly fine. I think I hope they'd agree with that, because they're out of their minds if they don't. Like, for me as an Arsenal fan, us getting the Champions League is a perfectly acceptable season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the season, it was perfectly acceptable.
Hmm.
Now people are talking of us bottling the league. They're not saying we're bottling Champions League, which is what they should be saying. If we don't get
Hmm.
Champions League, that's us bottling the season. But I think now the tide's turned. The fact that if we don't win the league, they're going to class that as bottling it, and that is beyond expectations. The
That's
expectations
beyond
this season
expectation,
is to
right?
win the Champions League. Is to
Yeah.
not win it. It's to get them Champions League places 1, 2, 3, and 4. So yeah, I do anticipate Spurs to be challenging for fourth, but as well as I anticipate, I don't know, 5 or 6 teams to be challenging for that. It's going to be a tough position, and
It's
I
gonna be
thought
a
it was going
tough
to be.
one.
I thought it was going to be really tough for us at the beginning of the season to get that position, because of how many teams are now vying for that spot. But we just upped a level, and now we're not even considering fourth. We're considering first, second, and maybe third, but first and second.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. But see, yeah, um, they asked Pep Guardiola, look at the monster you created. The journalist was referring to Mikel Arteta, and his words was, Mikel Arteta wasn't a monster that I created. Uh, Mikel Arteta was already a monster. Guys in the chat, if you do think that Mikel Arteta is a monster tactician, the way Pep Guardiola is talking about, just write it down in the charts. It's simple. I want to have your own idea. What do you think, Brian? What do you think? Pep Guardiola singing the swan songs of Mikel Arteta, our coach, his former cone guy. This other fans, they like calling him the cone guy. They refer to this guy as the cone guy. So even part of our fan base, they call him the cone guy. So is he more than a cone guy, or is he a tactical genius or a tactical monster? The way that Pep Guardiola came out last weekend and credited Mikel Arteta.
Uh, Listen, it surprised me more if Guardiola said that he wasn't that. Do you know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
obviously they're good friends. They've worked with each other. Is his protege? It would surprise me more if Guardiola said that he wasn't, and said that he wasn't as good, and he didn't expect him to hit the height. Blah blah blah. That would surprise me more than what he actually said. I expect Guardiola to say that about someone who's his friend and he's worked with. So it's a bit. Um, Hopefully, Guardiola is telling the truth. Hopefully, he agrees with what he's saying. I
Hmm.
don't think there's any mind games in it. It's just one of them. It's just a comment that I thought I expected to hear. Like I said, I'd be surprised if it was anything other than that. All I can say is this season, and quite a lot of last season, Arteta's performing very well, and that's the only thing that's most as I can say.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. See, yeah, me, you know, Mikel Arteta coming in to handle Arsenal Football Club. At first, of course, it wasn't my first choice. Definitely, it wasn't my first choice. I wanted someone who had experience, who's won trophies. A big manager. That was what was in my mind. I didn't really want any coach who would be learning on the job. Definitely, I wanted someone who would just come in there, has the expertise and well to do, and just get us a title. uh but for some reason, Ateta came out from nowhere and he came to the club. And mind you, this guy is not a legend in our club, definitely, but uh, he was a good player. Was an average player, good and okay. And then he had to work with this crappy defense, out there, and he won the FA Cup in his first season. For me, that was a good sign. Coming in there, winning the trophy, with those crappy defenders. He still won that FA Cup trophy. He still won the Shield. Also, that's two trophies in his first season. You know what, Brian? I Personally, I was really looking at an Ancelotti because I felt that Ancelotti would come in and do a good job. Look at what he did for Everton Football Club. He came in and and they went down to I think fifth. The season he left after that, then he went back to Real Madrid, but it took them to a fifth run. That's Everton, and mind you, Everton never had this big stars, big personalities down there, but it kind of like just took them to that league position. That's what Ancelotti can get for you. That was the person I was thinking, like, okay, good. I want an Ancelotti there. But yeah, we got a Mikel Arteta. Let's back the manager. That's what I thought. Let's back him. It's someone good. It's someone that learned from Pep Guardiola. Well, let him learn. Let him have that chance. Let him have that space. And right now, this is where my question is coming to. And right now, we can see Chelsea. They are not giving Porter any chance at all. After they lost, the last time they lost, okay, our Chelsea fan has come. CFCOG, you're welcome to the show, my brother. You're welcome, man. How you doing, Nas? Nas, can you hear us, Nas?
Yes, guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We're just talking about Chelsea before
Yeah, I can hear
just
you.
magic. Yeah, before you just magically appeared. Ryan, this is
Why are you
CFCOG, of
talking
course,
about
our,
us?
our partner channel. So this is Ryan Maguire, my business partner, and of course the first podcaster here.
Yeah, we met before.
See, Ryan and
Yeah, we met
CFCOG,
before.
I
We
was
met
just
before.
making a comparison between how Arsenal fans, I'm not talking of the fans in totality, but I'm talking of at least part of the fan base that have supported Mikel Arteta, even when he was faltering in his second season, took us to an eighth position. But right now, look at Chelsea. Look at where they are. They lost their last match. They lost to Arsenal, back-to-back losses. And
Yeah,
on Twitter, they're already asking for for Potter to go, to leave their club. This guy just came in to just 2 months ago. So what do you think about that? Should they be clamoring for him to leave the club? Ryan.
No, I don't. Definitely not. It's miles too early. It's a complete different job for Potter than what Brighton is. It's gonna take some time getting used to for him. To the end of the season, at least. I think I'd give him two transfer windows, see who he brings in, see how he works with the new signings and all that. It's miles too early for him. I think it was a good decision hiring him. I think he deserves that step up from what
Yeah.
he's come from. Just see how it goes. But yeah, it's miles too early to be calling for his head. Miles too early.
No, but see, but again, Chelsea have spent up to nearly 200, up to nearly 200 plus million pounds, in the summer to get that team where they are right now. Uh, Does this have any effect? Okay, our Chelsea guys here. CFC, what's happening to your internet? CFC, are you back?
I was saying, how much money we've spent, man. What about how much money you're spending?
No, no, no. We're talking of Chelsea
Yeah,
Football Club.
they're not.
Yeah, we're talking of Chelsea Football Club. Your team has spent in the excess of 200 million pounds just this summer to get
I
players
think it
like
is my
Koulibaly in,
internet.
to bring, yeah, but we can hear you a little bit. To bring in players like Koulibaly, to bring in Sterling,
Yeah,
CFCOG
Cool is a good player.
on Twitter and on social media everywhere. They're calling for the head of Graham Potter just 2 months into the job. What do you think? Hello, CFCOG.
I mean, I don't
Yeah,
that
yeah.
say around
For some reason your internet, for some
65.
reason your internet is not. Can
10%
can you relog in back? Can you relog in back, CFC? I think
I
I don't know.
wow.
It's shaky. I can't hear a word. Maybe you could come back in.
I think what he's saying something about look how much we were spending, which is a crazy acquisition considering we sat first in the table.
Yeah.
Good shout,
but
good
see,
shout, good shout.
no, but wait. How can he be saying, look at how much we spent? We're talking about Chelsea. They spent lots of money in the summer to bring in players. So why are they not in the top four right now after spending 200 million plus pounds in the summer, Ryan? And right now they're calling for the head of Graham Porter.
I don't know. This is what I mean. Bowley's playing Football Manager, and it might not work out. It all depends. You can throw your money on big players. If it works, it'll work well. When Abramovich came in, they threw the money, but it worked well. Getting Mourinho was the main step for him. It just depends. I think they've signed a couple of players that have been injured. Fofana, for example, like he's hardly played. It'd make a difference, I think. Obviously, Koulibaly's been banned for. Looks like he's been banned for most of the season, unless he's been injured as well because he's been missing quite a while. Obviously, he had the sending off, but then again, so I think they might have been a bit unlucky with injuries, but yeah, it's how you spend your money, where you spend your money. Players like Cucurella throwing the money on him when I didn't think they needed him. Obviously, Chilwell's always injured, so
Chilwell is always injured.
Playing more. He's playing more because Chilwell's not injured, so it's kind of fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, it's just how well your new signings settle in and how well they play. And obviously, it's not 100% gelled for him yet. And new managers come in, so they've had disruptions with that too. Football's fickle. A little change can disrupt it massively. I mean, obviously, when Tuchel went, they were downhill a bit, but it wasn't massively. They could have kept him. To be honest, they could have kept him, and they could have turned the corner. That wouldn't have surprised me. But yeah, like the new owners do. They want to put the foot in it. They want to set it up for themselves, get their own ideas on it, get it under them. So he's obviously changed his manager for that, so it can be his squad, his Chelsea. And at the minute, it's not working. But yeah, like I said, we'll see. We give Potter time.
Again, I just feel it's quite unfair because when I go on Twitter, me and you will still be. I don't know what's happening to our guest. Mons is still on the show somewhere else. Hold up, he should be coming in anytime, but I don't know where he is yet. CFCOG, I don't know what happened to your internet. Deji's still stuck in traffic. All this man, yeah, they're afraid to pop in because Arsenal's top of the table. But you know what? Hopefully, I hope I'll still get them anyway. Probably they're on their way. See, Ryan, I really don't know why people would say, look at how much Mikel Arteta have spent. Yeah, because we do need, new signings. It had to go for Gabriel Jesus. It needed to bring a Zichenko. Arsenal was lacking in scoring threats. At least Lacazette wasn't putting in goals for us. Aubameyang was lacking goals after a while. We needed to make these changes. We needed to make these changes. So I don't know. The way they're saying that we're spending money, like
Tony, 1 minute. I genuinely, all that conversation about Chelsea, and I forgot they signed Aubameyang. I forgot. And that's, another instance of them playing Football Manager. Let's think of a big name, someone to sign. Aubameyang was at Arsenal. Let's get him in. The guy can't run anymore. And looks like he weighs about 15 stone. He can't score. The
manager doesn't trust him. Graham Potter doesn't trust him.
Just like Aubameyang's season for Chelsea, I totally forgot about him. I totally forgot that that'd have been another point. Yeah.
No, it's completely shocking. It's shocking. It's shocking. And in their last game against Newcastle, it wasn't. Graham Potter didn't even put him out there for a run out. That's how disgraceful it was. Aubameyang couldn't come on to play for Chelsea Football Club.
I think obviously Potter's walked into the squad. He's walked into the new signings. I couldn't imagine Graham Potter signing Aubameyang. I really don't
Even
think
me
he would
too.
have either,
I
but
don't think so.
No, and I feel like under Graham Potter, Chelsea will sign players like Ivan Toney and them kind of players. They'll cost a bit of money. They're English and already played in the Premier League, but I feel like those are the kind of set signings that Potter might make, and they will be good signings. Who am I to say though? He might not make them signings. He might be different, but I just feel like that's the kind of manager he is, and he's got that kind of head on him. That's why I'd 100% give him time, but we just have to see. But yeah, I totally forgot they signed that mysterious Aubameyang.
No, it's very mysterious. But again, there are reports coming in that Chelsea Football Club, have upped the ante, and they're talking right now or negotiating right now with the representatives of Trossard from Brighton Football Club, which is expected because that's where Graham Potter coached, for some years.
Makes sense.
Do you think Arsenal should be going for Trossard? Do you think it should be on our radar in any way?
Trossard's a class player, yeah, and I think he'd fit in at quite a few big teams. It wouldn't surprise me for Arsenal to maybe go for him, but he's going to go where Graham Potter is. So there's no point even going there. If Chelsea do go for him, he'll probably go there above pretty much anyone to be reunited with Graham Potter again, I would assume. So it'd be a bit pointless. For us to go for him. It's a good player though. It wouldn't surprise me for him to go for him.
But again, if Trossard come into that Arsenal team, do you see him performing? Do you think he's that kind of guy that would come in and hit the ground running?
No, he'd be on the bench, but it'd be a good bencher. It'd be someone good to bring in to replace Saka for. It'd definitely be on the bench for us. So it'd be a good sub to come on because that's what we need to do.
But he's always a starter for Brighton Football Club, and of course he has a host of options where he would legitimately start, like a place like Chelsea Football Club. If he's going down to Chelsea, he has to start down there. If he's going to a place like Manchester United, he has to start. So he has these options where he could go and he could be, a big time hitter. Hit the ground running and be a starter for the team. But if it comes to that Arsenal team, I think he'll be coming. He'll be coming out from the bench.
Yeah, it's true. It's not really the position that we need a starter for. It's not the kind of player that would mix up that first 11. But that's what we need to do at the minute. We need to upgrade.
That's what
the bench.
we need to do. Yeah.
We need players that when Saka's tired, Martinelli's tired, Jesus, anyone in the squad, we need that player coming on that is actually challenging for that position. Because at the minute when the players go off, it's just a sub coming on.
Yeah.
The players the likes of Cedric and El Neni, players like that, the guys that aren't actually fighting for that position. They're just there when the other's tired. We need them. We need players kind of in that Trossard vein. Not the player that I'd sign, but we do need them ones that we need them players that could come on, perform very well, for then us to maybe say, should they start next week? Because at the minute, no one's going to do that. No one's coming on for Saka, and then we're never going to discuss whether we should play next week. Do you know what I mean? So we need that kind of bencher to come on, put in them performances where they could possibly start the week after. Obviously, there is a couple of positions that in the team where we could sign someone for that, most notably central defence. But in Trossard's position, that the rest of the team's sound. So maybe central defence, maybe the striker, and then some positions may get changed around. But at the minute, improving that bench, improving the depth is what is what will help us in the title challenge.
In the title challenge, right? Yeah. And of course, Ryan, today again, Arsenal is being linked again with Modric from the Ukrainian side, Shakhtar Donetsk. So, what do you think about this guy? Impressive displays in the Champions League. He's not going to the World Cup, which is good. So, he's not going to be coming back with an injury. But Arsenal has been linked with this guy. And I'll take you through the twists and turns of this case. He was being interviewed by Alex Zichenko's wife or girlfriend, any of the two you want to call it. But I think it's his wife, yeah. So wag, yeah. The wags, yeah, exactly. So he was being, he was being interviewed. This Modric guy was being interviewed, and he had nothing but good things to say about Arsenal. And of course, definitely the wife of Zichenko would definitely add one or two stuff, one or two seasoning, to the tonic down there while she's interviewing him, like something like, hey man, you have to get your ass back there in London. You have to come and play with my husband, to be, that kind of a thing, right? One or two words for him. Secondly, they said Arsenal have already contacted the club, Shakhtar Donetsk. My contact, of course, what's out there is also different from what my source is telling me. But the news that's out there is telling me that Arsenal have made contact with the football club, that they've gone as far as discuss his fee. That's what my source is telling me. But of course, the news that's outside is telling me, is saying publicly that Arsenal have already made a statement of intent to their representatives. And right now, today in the news, they were all saying that Arsenal will pay a whooping £60 million for Modric to make that transfer from Shakhtar Donetsk with add-ons that might amount to up to nearly 70 or 80 million pounds in the long run. Brian, what will you say about this Modric guy? Is it the kind of guy you want at Arsenal Football Club? Do you think he is built in the mold of a typical Arsenal player? What will you say about this guy?
We don't need typical Arsenal players. We need players to come in, mix it up,
mix it up, right?
Up to win the league. We don't need. I don't know what a typical Arsenal player is. If a typical Arsenal player is Nicola Pepe, we don't need it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Deji Spores in the house. Deji Spores is in the house. Ryan, Deji Spores has never been to the Ryan and Claude show. I have. You? Oh, you have. Yeah. It's true. And of course, you know what Deji calls you? Saving Private Ryan. Yeah. Who needs saving right now? Ryan, let's welcome Deji to the house. Deji Spores, my big friend. And my brother, you're welcome to the show, man.
It's a pleasure to be here. Ryan, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Good to see you, mate. Good to see you.
To say that, I'm happy to be down in the trenches with you anytime, mate. Anytime we need to go in the trenches, then I've got your back.
Thanks, man. Mons is holed up in the show. I don't know why he didn't.
To be honest with you, we don't need Mons because where's his team?
That's another thing, right?
I mean, personally, I'm not trying to deal with any Liverpool fans until they're in the top four.
Right? Until they're in the top four, right?
Yeah, so personally, I'm not.
Mons, shot sent to you, brother. If you like, you can come and answer. If you don't like, man, no problem, Mons. See, Ryan, Deji's here. He's in your show. Talk to this brother. Talk to him. Do you have any questions for this guy?
Yeah, we need some up-to-date predictions from you, Deji, because last time we spoke, you was winning the Champions League. Let's have an up-to-date prediction now. How do you feel your season's going? Where do you think it's going to?
No, I think that's a good question, Ryan. To be honest with you, I think on reflection, to be
Oh
in
my
the top
God.
four, to be in the
He
top
has a big
four,
chest. He's still talking.
to be in the top four, and to be in the next round of the Champions League, you have to say it's not bad, because this time last season, Spurs was playing in the Europa Conference League and getting slapped up by a team called Mura, who I think is in Azerbaijan. I mean, I don't know. I'm just running joke there, but the truth of the matter is, it's a far cry from last year. If someone told me last year you'd be in the last 16 of the Champions League and in the top four, I'd have bitten both your arm off and your toe. So for me, I have to say it's good. I think what makes Tottenham's achievements this season maybe not as palatable as I would have liked is what you guys are doing. You know, and I've come to say on this show that Arsenal have been impressive so far. I'm going to have to put them in
Ryan, you don't need any
Okay,
saving.
now.
You don't need any saving, and you know more of
I'm not-
private again. Deji,
I'm not-
can you tell Ryan that he doesn't need no saving no more? That there is no saving any kind of private Ryan or anything like that. Can you apologize to this guy right now? Because you put him through hell. You said that there were going to be a saving and an intervention for him when Arsenal is put to the spliff this season. It was first for you August, then it turned to September. Then you predicted that we'll totally collapse by October. And you said that our campaign will be totally derailed by November. Can you issue an apology to Ryan McGuire?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a politician, but it's a bit premature to be offering an apology to Lieutenant Private Ryan. It's definitely too early. But what I will say, though, is that you guys are doing... Look, let's be real. You're doing better than expected. And one of the things I can say, and this is why you know I'm not a deluded Spurs fan, is I'm about football. One, I love football. I love the English Premier League, and it's about putting England and our league on top. That's what I'm about. And what I don't like is a one-horse race. I don't like the stuff in Germany. You know, it's Bayern Munich every season. Spain is going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid. The odd season, Atletico might win it. It's pretty boring. Scotland is Celtic and Rangers. That's crap. In this country, there's 6 teams, and that's what makes the Premier League the best league in the world. And what I can thank Arsenal for this season is for not allowing Man City to just run amok of our beloved league. The fact that you guys are where you are has just made the season a little bit more interesting, because if you guys weren't playing well, Man City would be top and we'll all be playing for seconds. Do you know what I mean? And that,
It's
no one. So you guys are making it very exciting and interesting. The only other thing I would say is this.
Here it comes, my brothers. Here it comes.
Lieutenant Ryan and Lieutenant Tony Claude. Is that I think the World Cup has come at the wrong time for you. I think when you have football's about momentum, football's about rhythm, and the way that you guys are going, I said a couple of weeks ago on this show that are you Leicester in disguise? Because I remember Leicester, we were waiting for the wheels to fall off, and the wheels never fell off.
It never fell off, actually.
Between Leicester and Arsenal is that they didn't have a bloody World Cup stuck in the middle of it. And I think that when you're on a run like that, the World Cup can do one of two things. You imagine people have got a month off. Some teams who are playing shit can get their injuries back, can recalibrate. Managers are able to go back to the drawing board. We've got January transfer window as well on the edge. Could the World Cup have come at a time where it's allowed everyone to kind of recalibrate, and then Arsenal come back and you're just not able to kick on in the way that you started? Now that is what I would see that as a damn shame for you guys if that was to happen. I'm not wishing bad upon your club, but it'll be interesting to see, lieutenants, what would happen when we get back from the World Cup. And I just hope for your sake that your team is able to crack on. And if it's not, then I hasten to say that I will be waiting in the wings to tell you that.
You'll be waiting in the wings. Ladies and gentlemen, he will be waiting in the wings to destroy us. Ryan, you just heard what he said. He's on your show. It's the Ryan and Claude show. Would you allow him, say such things? and he won't have a little bit of a taste of what you have got for him. Ryan, the World Cup.
So first of all, big
It's a valid argument, to be very sincere. Actually, it's a valid argument.
Deji, it seems like humble Deji's turned up tonight, which is sound.
Guys, you never see a humble Deji's post. Come on, it's only on the Tony Claude show. Come on.
One, two. I'm happy that you didn't apologise. If you'd have apologised, I'd have lost all my respect for you, because don't ever apologise. If you say something, stand by it. Fuck everyone else. So I respect that. That's sound. The World Cup is
real G.
The World Cup's it's a tricky argument, because possibly it can come at a bad time, but it was always going to turn up. So it's just another thing to be to maneuver around. It's one of them, though. For me, it doesn't worry me that much, because it's not like we're not on a mad run where we're winning every game, we're flying, and we're waiting for that to fall. We're winning the games, but some of the performances aren't great, and we're scraping the wins. So it's not. We're not surprising and going on a 5-match smashing them run. We're scraping it. So we're showing a different side. We're just showing character to get the wins. That shows me that we'll have this. We're going to have this exact same character when we come back from the World Cup. So the only thing what comes after the World Cup is January. Then that's the only question for me, is how everyone else performs in January. That could be on the issue, but. With it being the World Cup doesn't really bother me, just because the character we've shown in the wins that we've been getting and how we've got the wins, that character is going to be there no matter what. So I think we'll be fine after the World Cup.
And see, Deji, your argument about the World Cup. See, Manchester City, 10 of their first 11 players are going to the World Cup. They'll be playing the World Cup too. So I genuinely have no fear. And legitimately, from your own team, Harry Kane, your most important player, he wanted to come home. Deji, he wanted to come home. So he's going to give every effort. He's going to give. Okay, Mons just told me that he's going to jump on. So let's see. He has the chest to come on, and Deji is here too. So let's see. Harry Kane will be giving his best. Take it from me, brother. He'll be giving his best. He wanted to come home, so he'll be giving his absolute best.
Harry Kane's a world-class striker, and he knows how to manage himself. I mean, he's just played 13 games in 1 month. And he didn't even get injured, and he played every game. He didn't come off, full 90 minutes. So Harry Kane is wise enough to kind of manage his body. I'm just saying to you that I hear what you're saying, that Spurs are going to have players and they might be worn out, this and that. But there's something about rhythm, and when you're on a run, and your good run has just been cut for a whole 6 weeks. And now, for me, that's a long time in football. That's almost like a pre-season. Do you get what I'm saying? For me, when you're in the middle of the pack, and I guess for me, the only thing I would say is this, and I'm not trying to put fear in you guys, lieutenants. I mean, you guys have been to Pearl Harbor. You guys have been in World War II.
We'll be champions at the end of. Champions at the end of the season. It's okay. We'll allow you guys call us names. Give us the lieutenants. Call us colonels. Call us. All these names. We don't care. By the end of the season, we are going to be generals.
I want to back up what you've been. I want to back up something that you've been saying, and you can clip this if you like. But
man, guys in the chat, clip this. Deji Sports in the house, clip it.
Any Arsenal fan that tries to say any different, they can suck themselves. As it stands, the Premier League is yours to lose. You guys are 5 points clear, get same games played with City. And I think that presents a different mental pressure.
True.
And I'll tell you why. I've been seeing that in my own club. People telling me, Deji, what's going on? Why is Tottenham winning lastminute.com? We're winning lastminute.com because we are losing. So in the Marseille game, Loris said that, look, in the first half, we didn't know whether to attack or defend. Because at that moment, when it was 0-0, Tottenham was going through. When we went 1-0 down, we were like, fuck it, we're going to go for broke because we got nothing to lose. When we've been losing, then you see Tottenham come out, all guns blazing. Because guess what? If you don't come out all guns blazing, you're going to what? Lose. So now what we're going to find that now Arsenal, even though we weren't expecting you guys to be where you are, you now have something to lose. And that there is a different ball game. Playing week in, week out with something to lose. Also, can I just say, big up to Miss Melina. I'm so
Miss Melina, big ups.
You in the chat and that you're well. I'm praying more speedy recovery for you. Good health. Love coming from me, Deji Spurs here. And for you, I'm showing nothing but respect to the lieutenants in this chat tonight. I will not be slagging off Arsenal in the way that I would love to, as a sign of respect for Miss Melina. So big up Miss Melina.
Oh, Miss Melina. You've humbled the heart of Deji Sports. Miss Melina,
Can I just say,
it's
just for one stream, and this isn't the Minority Report. This is Saving Private Ryan, so I'm showing respect.
Ryan.
Deji can't slag us off because there's nothing to slag off at the minute. So that's the main reason.
That's it.
That's it. I'm just while he was having his little speech there, I'm just trying to look for his point. I can't find it. I don't know if it's anywhere in here. When it's talking about them losing 1-0 and us winning the league, I'm not sure what his point was there.
No, the point is you guys got something to lose now. You're top of the league, 5 points clear.
But Ryan, do we have something to lose? Do we have something to lose?
You have something to lose now. The Premier League is for you to lose right now. True or false?
But it's true. It's fact. We're 5 points clear.
We're 5 points clear in November, and we're talking about pressure winning the league. We've got so much long to go. It's unreal talk, and that talk wouldn't be happening in seasons prior. It's miles too early for that.
Ryan,
this is what me and Tony were saying this before though. This is it. So now the point is that we're going to lose the league, and that's where they're going to get us for. So not the fact that we're getting Champions League. Do you know what I mean? There's brackets now. So it was the fact that we weren't going to get Champions League a couple of months ago, but now they're going to laugh at us because we lose the league. If we lose the league at the end of the season and finish second and third, I'll fucking take every day of the week.
I'm just saying the league is for you to lose. I'm not laughing at you.
But Ryan, is this league for us to lose?
We're 5 points clear at the minute, so 110%. But it's only November. There's miles to go yet. We've still got to play City twice. It's long to go yet.
Lieutenant, as someone who is, what we would call, for want of a better word, someone I see as a man of steel. That just sounds a little bit of a pussy comment. It's November. I mean, come on, pump your chest for your club. Your team is top of the league, 5 points clear in November. If you continue to do what you're doing, you're going to win the league. Get off the fence and bloody just say it. Do you know what I mean? If you're not going to, if not now, when? Do you know what I mean?
If not now, when?
Get that Churchill spirit, my brother. If not now, when?
Ryan, it's taking Deji Sports to get at you in your own show. Oh my God.
Listen, Tony, you ask me every single week.
In your own show, Ryan. Ryan, you have to do better, man. In your own show.
Every single week you ask me are Arsenal title challengers. I say that we're title challengers.
True.
We're in a very good position at the minute. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah.
Title
of course, I do understand. Of course, I do understand, Ryan. Of course, when you check the history of Arsenal, in the last 20 seasons, 20 years in particular. Ooh, guys. We have the big ones here. Although, the other big one, Deji Sports, he's here. we have another big one. See, this is a Liverpool legend in this industry. I love this guy. I like this guy. He's one of my, me and this dude, we talk on Instagram most times. He's very, very busy. You know, an actor, all of that, you know, everything. Celebrity, lawyers, everything.
Hey, Becky, don't do that.
Big six bands.
No, but you are. No, but
Big
you are.
six bands,
Honestly,
everything.
If it weren't for the fact that your team is doing so shit, I would have asked you to sign my shirt.
Oh, allow me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Mons from the Big Six Band. See, 3 gunshots for you, my brother.
I've been trying to get on Big Six Bands for at least a year.
At least a year, right?
He's
I've
lying.
been trying to get in there too.
Check your Twitter. There's messages there. Do you want to drop?
Oh, do you know what it is? I'm not gonna lie. I'm rubbish on Twitter. You need my WhatsApp.
Yeah, Deji doesn't use Twitter that
I
much.
don't even use my Twitter.
We've been calling for your name, but we couldn't find you. So yeah, drop me your number, innit? Drop me your number.
Yeah, no, I'll drop you my number.
Mont, you're
I
welcome to
didn't
the
catch you
show.
when we won 2-0, by the way. I didn't catch you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't catch you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, you play the depleted squad. So what you pumping just about, bro?
Yeah,
No. Before you guys get into that hostility, I want to bring this guy in. I want to put him into the game. See, when you have a prey, this is what you do to your prey. Even if your prey is a special guest, this is what you do to your prey. You allow the prey to, enjoy the aura, everything, welcome him into the house, and then you send your dogs, to to give him a proper reception.
You're
Ryan
nice.
is here. You are here, Deji Sports.
You're too nice.
The game. Just
No,
wait.
I'm gonna keep it real. You're too nice. Big up Gary, who says Deji can't talk to you, pose or whatever. Big up Gary anyway. I don't know what you're talking. It says,
Big up Gary. See, Mont.
That's how Deji rolls. What do you mean? What do you mean Deji can't talk to you?
Deji, don't worry. We'll come to that. Ryan, I want you to make Mont from Big Six Band. So, of course, here, so this is the first time you guys are meeting, of course, me and Ryan were partners here. We set up this channel together. See, Mont, you're welcome to the show. See, Mont. Deji, I've been talking about, their title challenge season, of course. He said they were going to win the league or the Premier League. Good and okay. No problem. See, you know what, yeah? Mont, I've said from the start of the season that Arsenal is going to win the league this season. Mont, you're a big hitter. Tell me, without mincing words in any way, what does Liverpool have to offer this season, man?
That's a good
question. If Deji Sports is talking with tits out, with big chest everywhere, if Ryan is saying, hey, we're going to, challenge for the title this season, and I am saying we're going to win the league this season, what can Liverpool say this season, brother? Hit me.
Like in the old house, the crumbs under the sofa. The crumbs under the sofa that you can't reach, that the Hoover can't reach. Like the Hoover don't go flat enough to reach because they're just the dirty crumbs under the sofa. That's what Liverpool have to offer the Premier League this season in terms of any sort of title charge.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man. I'm not like deluded or anything. I mean, listen, if you want to go for mathematics, listen, I specialize in math. So if you want to go for mathematics, obviously we're 15 points off the top. You know what I'm saying? We were 14 points off the top in February last season. And we managed to close that gap all the way to 1. So is it impossible? No. But that means Arsenal have to drop. Man, have to drop points, innit? It's not about us gaining points. Man, have to drop points as well. And it's not really looking like these men are dropping points. Let's be real. City and Arsenal, you know what I'm saying? I think right now it's get top 4 and then just, we got to try win as many cups as we can. I hate to say it, but this is what happens when you don't invest in the midfield. This is what happens when you go and buy Darwin Núñez instead of getting a midfielder. This is a whole lot of things, in it. Like there's a whole lot of things wrong with Liverpool at the moment. I've been attacked by I've held a lot of abuse recently. I mean, if I'm getting abuse, I must be doing something right in this industry. But I've been getting a lot of abuse recently, which I'm not very used to be fair, over my opinions on Darwin Núñez. But it is what it is, and I think he's not the worst player in the world, but I just don't think he's good enough for Liverpool. I think he's good enough for where Liverpool are at right now, and I think that's the war over people's eyes that people don't see. So yeah, man.
Can I just say,
Deji Sports.
I don't want to do Tony. I'm not trying to do Tony or Lieutenant Ryan's job for them. But people, if you've never met Mons, can you like and subscribe on his channel? Because what he's just said there is absolutely Respect to my brother there. Please like and subscribe.
Guys, go out there to Big Six Band and subscribe to this brother, man. Big Six Band, Mons in the house. Deji Sports, man, hit us, man.
Appreciate you,
See, you heard what he said. Deji
Right.
Sports, are you
You
here?
know what? Mons, on a level, before you came with that humble tip, I've publicly declared, and there is a video circulating, that I wasn't going to speak to any Liverpool fan until they were in the top 4, and I was going to give you the same treatment this evening. But having seen the level of humility that you've come with, the man has to put some respect on your name. Part of me wants to say to the people on this channel, I did tell you so, because I was the only one when before the season started, that said, let's not go with the usual City and Liverpool.
You said it, Deji. I agree. I agree.
You didn't say with. Let's not go that. I remember you saying be careful in it. You said be careful, and it's not going to be as comfy. But you didn't say we're going to drop off completely.
No, but I did say
no. He said something like that.
And
I agree.
I actually said I'm not sure what Haaland's going to do at City. And I'm not convinced about Nunes. And I said, because of the 2 new striker factor, I'm not going to give you props. Now, I was right with one, and I was wrong with the other, so I'm in the middle. But I did say, because of the strikers, I'm not too sure that Liverpool are going to do what they normally do.
But Nunes is not a flop.
And I remember, and it was a direct quote, and I said, it's lazy.
Yeah, lazy comments.
Your pre-match, your pre-season prediction off Twitter and in the newspapers, and that's what a lot of people did on all the streams. So I'm not trying to big myself up. The only other thing I would say is that I think the Mane factor is the big factor here. It really is. And then your midfield is just old, and Liverpool
it's drab.
I believe Mane wouldn't have saved us. I believe Mane is a factor. It's obviously there's loads of contributing factors to Liverpool's downfall. I think Mane is not the biggest one. I believe Wijnaldum is the biggest one.
Yeah. No, I thought you lot was stupid to let him go, and you lot are paying the price. But also, could it be
Deji, please. See, Deji, I want to ask you and Ryan this question. Nunes, it's been a very, very unfair dragging. The way they drag this guy out on Twitter and destroy him. I'm even talking of Liverpool fans. Mons, I know your stance when it comes to Nunes, but this is his first season. This guy has gotten you nothing less than 8 goals this season in the Premiership, and he lies in it. Deji, is Nunes is he not pulling his weight? Isn't he trying? It's his first season down here. In a country he doesn't know what's up, coming in from Portugal and just playing his football. He's gotten 8 goals. Why the unfair criticism on him?
Look, Nunes is doing what Nunes can do. You heard me earlier in the show before Mons arrived. The Premier League is the hardest league in the world. This league is not a joke. We were never expecting Nunes to do his thing. I think we were expecting Nunes to do something, but nobody's expecting 20 goals from Nunes in his first season in the Prem. Not even Salah did that. And let's just put some respect on Nunes. Nunes is doing all right. When he was at Chelsea, when he first came to the Premier League and he was at Chelsea, he did not bang Salah, as in Mo Salah.
Oh yeah, but Salah wasn't the guy that he was. He didn't come.
But I'm just saying. But at least he had a taste of it, just like Kevin De Bruyne. He had a taste. It came back. Give Nunes time. I think he's a baller. I do think he's a striker that's going to get goals. But I think Liverpool's problem is not Nunes. They shouldn't be sticking it on him. The Liverpool's problem is Jordan Henderson. It's Milner. It's all these old fogies. No disrespect to them.
Old fogies.
But them man there.
Mons, you allowed Deji to disrespect your club like this.
Them man there are old as Abraham. You know, like 600 years old. You know what I mean? So for me, I just think that once they get a younger midfield, Thiago's old, Fabinho's old, Henderson's old, in the Premier League, oh, come on. I mean, it's a bit obvious that they weren't going to be able to keep up to pace. And then, because they're not able to keep up to pace, we are seeing Trent Alexander-Arnold for who he truly is, which is he's a right wing. He's a right winger playing right back. Do you get what I'm saying? And then people are getting people are getting all arsey, and no, he was always a right winger playing right back, but because they were always on the ball, you never got to see his defensive side of his game. The last thing I would say is that, look, I think that's it for Liverpool.
Those are falling off.
Yeah, that's it for a period of time. Liverpool had their time to shine these last 7 years, and you did great. Klopp's done great. He's a legend. He's a legend at the club. Salah's a legend. You lot enjoyed the Champions League. You lot won the Premier League in that time. You lot won a bag of trophies.
We've won it all, yeah.
And Mons, on the Big Six, on your Big Six channel, you can draw on those experiences to get the numbers up on your channel. But that is it for the foreseeable. I don't see Liverpool winning anything within the next 5 years. And so them and Ajax United, yeah, you lot are just mediocrity for the next 5 years, and I'm quite cool with that. The people stepping up is my club, because it's about time, the way that the stars have aligned, that Tottenham now step into the space. And like Craig said, dare I say it, the other team that I mentioned, Tony and Lieutenant, Newcastle, put some respect.
Newcastle.
You know what? Newcastle.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that argument.
Yeah,
but see, Mons, you've seen what Deji said about your football club. You've seen everything he said. Do you have any counter for him right now?
First of all, I'm not going to out here and come and protect my full English breakfast of a midfield in Milnerson, the fusion dance, the Batara fusion of Henderson and James Milner. I'm not going to come and protect Milnerson. Again, I think one time off the bench, he brought Harvey Elliott, Milner, and Henderson off the bench, and I nearly threw up. So, yeah, I do agree with that side of things. I'm not going to come out and defend them. The lack of a midfield is really hurting us. Man, them of age, the squad needs refreshing. And, yeah, but what I will say is that Tottenham, what I didn't agree with what Deji said is that Tottenham are coming up. Are they? Manager's a ticking time bomb. Not looking like he wants to sign a contract at the end of the season. From what I've heard.
Facts.
Hey, let me go. The only thing I give them credit for is like they got that dog in them, but it's like I feel like Spurs at times are getting exposed more often now for their shit performances. I generally think now, like their performances have been dire for the first 70 minutes of almost, I think, 60% of the games they've played this season. It's just fortunate that in about 20% of those, half of those games that they've started poorly and they've managed to scrounge a goal in the last 10, 15 minutes or so. And I think where they are doesn't really tell how they've been performing. But that could also be a testament of positivity where you could say last season they don't win those games. They don't win those games last season. So that could be the step up as opposed to a step down. But what I do think is that just like Tottenham, Liverpool have had our injuries. I think we've had the most injuries, I believe, and then followed by Tottenham recently. Before that Champions League game is when Tottenham suffered a good few injuries. But I think there's still a gap between Arsenal and City. I think there's still a gap there. And even though it was a depleted Tottenham team that Liverpool faced, it was also a depleted Liverpool team. So, and it was away from home. One thing I heard from so many Tottenham fans was
depleted in the same way. You still had Salah and Nunes. We had
Stop saying Nunes. Stop saying Nunes. Stop saying that.
Hey, Ryan. Ryan. Let me just okay, yeah.
So basically, like I think, like the way I've seen it is that we had our injuries as well when we played each other, and a lot of Tottenham fans specifically were telling me, "Oh, everyone wants to make fun of our record against the top 6 teams, but do you know what's funny? None of these men have played us at the Lane. We played all our top 6 games away from home. No, so I welcome any of you guys to the Lane and see if the same thing happens. And the first team that went to the Lane gave you a quick spanking.
Can I just say something? No, you know what, man?
No, I'm saying, and it's possible.
No, Deji, they spanked you. They spanked you at home.
You need to say.
Deji, they spanked you at home. Deji, they spanked you at home.
Mons,
a bad Liverpool side came to White Hart Lane and banged you guys up.
I did let you finish. As I said, for me as well, I don't know, aesthetically, it is quite horrific. Like it's fossil football. I'd rather play hopscotch with Lego on the floor in bare feet. I'd rather watch paint dry. I'd rather go and watch Chelsea in 07. Like it's not great in it, but you know what? If it gets the results at times, fair dues to you, innit? Fair dues to you, man.
Yeah, the only thing I would say, bro, just a quick response to you before we bring in the lieutenant, is that
Ryan,
bro, you know Tottenham had a penalty in that game that we were denied, yeah.
Oh, and yes, I know. And when I went to the Emirates, I should have got a hand.
No, don't do that, bro. Because the way you're pumping the test, like you slapped us up, we slapped you up, and then we were not awarded the penalty. That's the truth.
No, we went.
Yeah, I remember the 2 goals you scored were 2 mistakes.
2 mistakes.
Yeah.
No, the first goal was the first goal was from back to front. The second goal was a mistake. The first goal was back to front. Little ball into Harvey, round the corner into Salah. Salah goes to Robertson. Robertson plays it to Nunes. Nunes plays it to Salah. Salah bags. You don't didn't touch the ball.
Tottenham, can I just be real? Tottenham this season has been robbed by that VAR thing to the extent that I think there needs to be like.
So Deji, we're now doing VARs now, yeah? No, we're not doing ifs, buts, VARs, right, Deji? No, Deji, are we doing ifs, buts, whens, and all these VARs?
Stop, guys. What about when Romero pulled Cucurella's hair? How about that? Did you get one
What happened?
Hey, Mons, can I remind you that we're talking about Tottenham Liverpool, not Tottenham Chelsea?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, but you said this is robbing you. Clearly,
and the other thing is this.
Ryan, I thought these guys would tear themselves apart while Arsenal sits at the top.
Guys can't.
What you want?
Guys can't have arguments because they can't put points in because they don't let them have it.
Call it what you want. We're above you in the league. I don't care what you've got to say. We're above you in the league, and until you're above Tottenham, you can't pump your chest, my brother. Unfortunately for you, you can't pump chest.
I'm not pumping my chest, but at the end of the day,
let's just put some respect. The table don't lie, does it?
No. Listen, the table doesn't lie. At the moment, Liverpool are 6th. We're the 5th best out of the top 6 teams right now. Obviously, Chelsea being horrific and below us. But at the end of the day, the table does not end at Christmas. And obviously, like, I had a lot of fans talking to me consistently, and I've been top of the league, top 2 for the last 5 years, and man have been chatting up to me. So yeah, so the 1 year, I think I'm allowed a half a year off, and especially this happened in 2020, and I still finished above you. So
Deji, and Ryan, I want to fix this in and ask you too. See, Liverpool. It's just 7 points away from the top 4. Weeks ago, they were in relegation. They were in a goddamn relegation battle. And now, see,
decisions are like
Spurs have played 15 games. They've played all their whole games. Liverpool have not played. They have 1 game in hand right now, and they're 7 points away from top 4 this season in catching you guys, Deji Sports. Deji, do you see a legitimate way in which Liverpool can actually come back and hunt you guys this season? Because of course they can't come back to hunt Arsenal. Arsenal are the top dogs. We're the ones to beat this season, of course, and all of that. But tell me right now, do you see Liverpool coming back? It's 7 points and a game in hand, brother.
I'm not trying to hug the mic because I ain't heard from the lieutenant for the last 29 minutes. So I'll keep it simple. I'm not looking down, bro. I'm not looking down. Tottenham
at all.
We're not looking down, bro.
So you don't think that Liverpool
I don't know
with their game in hand will come back and hunt you guys.
Until I see Liverpool above Tottenham or level with Tottenham, they can suck themselves for all I care. That's as simple as that.
Mons, shot strong. See, Ryan Maguire, do you really see Liverpool coming back into this dogfight? Because I really see 100%. It's going to be a cage fight at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, I've not had much to say because the guys are defending their own club, so you let them talk, let them go at it.
Let them go at it. We'll let them go at it anyway.
I'll say one thing. I honestly believe at the end of the season, Liverpool will finish above Tottenham, and I don't see.
Lieutenant.
Definitely.
Don't do that.
They definitely will. They're not that far behind you. They're not that far behind you. Your performances have been rubbish.
And you know what? We're doing this as along with your military uniform. If Liverpool do not finish above Tottenham, have you got the bollocks, bro, to wear my Tottenham shirt and say sorry?
I'll not say sorry, no, because that's my view.
All right, don't do sorry. Can you wear my
choice.
shirt on the show? On a Saving Private Ryan show, you name it Saving Private Ryan, and you wear my Tottenham shirt saying Deji Spurs if Liverpool do not finish above Tottenham. If you got the bollocks to do that, my brother, the amount of respect I'm going to give you is bloody hell, mate.
Ryan, are you ready to call the show Saving Private Ryan and wearing Deji Sports jersey or any shirt with his name written at the back of your shirt at the end of the season if Liverpool trumps them for top 4 this season? That's a big one. Ryan, are you willing to take that bet right here, right now?
Don't sleep on me, bro.
I'll take that right now. Yeah, I don't care. I will take that right now.
Oh my God!
Liverpool will finish above Tottenham this season.
Okay, see, guys, this is the bet right here. See, you know what? We do live bets here. See, Ryan,
I get my players back in January. Just saying, I get Diaz, Jota.
Yeah,
you don't want to get him at Konate.
We got Richarlison back, my dog.
See, you know what? See, guys, let's legitimize something. Let's legitimize a trade.
Zero Premier League goals.
Who are you hooing, bro?
There's never a single Premier League goal.
Who are you hooing?
Wait. I'm pretty sure Alisson got
Be very careful who you're hooing, my brother. Richarlison.
Bro, you spent 60 million on 0 Premier League goals by January.
He's in the Brazilian squad. Put some respect.
Maguire's in the England squad.
How dare you? He's been injured more than he's been fit. So don't be coming with that, bro. How many goals has your famous Diaz scored? And don't say nothing. How many? He's got 1.
He's got 3.
Exactly. Woo.
He got injured in game week 4 against
Arsenal. We're not doing that.
So what are you talking about? No, actually, I've got something for you. I've got a present for you because I like you. I've got something for you. I've got time. Don't worry.
Lieutenant Ryan.
He came bearing gifts for you, man. He came bearing
when
gifts.
you win, I'm going to stand to attention. You understand? If you win, I'm going to show you some hella respect. You get what I'm saying?
No,
DJ.
No. DJ, it doesn't work that way. You have to do what Ryan says you should do.
No chance.
So, Ryan, what will he do if he loses the bet?
When I win, you've seen me military uniform. That's coming your way, brother. You're getting on our show. You're getting on the Ryan and Claude show, and you're wearing the military uniform when I win, which will win. But Deji, you on about Richarlison? Richarlison's not better than Kulisevich.
Can you tell me
wait for him to come back?
Can you tell me why Harvey Elliott and Richarlison are the same year? You know Richarlison has 10 appearances. Wait, you told me Richarlison's been injured. He has 10 appearances in the Prem, my friend.
Bruv, we're not doing that, bro.
All right,
we're really not.
Because he cost 60 M's. 60 M's.
Show some respect on Richarlison. He's a big game player. He's been injured.
60 M's. He got 60 M's. He got 0 goals.
And he's back.
The only thing that's big is his price tag. What are you talking about?
He's back.
Oh my! He's back doing what? What's he back doing? Doing what?
Let's do it. So do you want to go pound for pound, yeah?
With who?
You want to do it?
All of my guys been balling out harder than him. My Firmino, 10 GA in 13 games. Yeah, and he's finished. And he's washed. 31 washed. He's washed.
Yeah, but you were part of the people.
But Firmino is not going to the World Cup, brother.
No.
He's not going. There's a reason why an injured Richarlison is out there and a Firmino.
Yeah, because Firmino's
fit, it's not down there. Sometimes we just have to, put some respect on some player's name.
We'll bring up this thing at the end of the season. But as for the tenant,
so now you want
to lose, send it.
Now you want to show. That's funny. Wait, Deji, that's funny. Yeah. So you want to wait to the end of the season for Richarlison and any other comparison you want to wait my players. Maybe I'll compare him to Alisson because Alisson's got GA this season as well. So again, we can do the comparisons, but you want to wait till the end of the season. But when it comes to talking about me and you in the Prem and our places, you want to talk about now.
Well, bro, if you want to do now, fine. Richarlison hasn't scored yet. There you go.
Mons. Are you willing to put your money where your mouth is?
For who?
Do you want it? See, is Liverpool going to overtake Spurs this season? That's what I want to hear from you. Somehow you've not committed yourself. I want you to commit yourself. And if Liverpool doesn't do that, are you willing to enter into an agreement with Deji Sports to wear his shirt?
I think Liverpool finished fourth this year.
Ooh,
I think
Deji Sports.
Tottenham third, Arsenal second.
Okay.
Man City first. That's my order.
I respect Mons on that.
Okay.
Look,
Good.
One thing I can tell you is that Liverpool will finish in a Champions League spot. That's guaranteed. They're not going to flop that hard. All I said was I didn't expect them to. I didn't expect it to just be a two-horse
race. Yeah, Liverpool and Man City just winning the whole thing.
do think, no, let's put some respect on Liverpool. It was a minor blip, but I think because they've lost 4 games, you can't win the league.
It's too much.
Okay, see, Ryan, I want to bring you into this conversation down here about this Liverpool thing going on, yeah? And of course, we'll talk about this Arsenal challenge. We'll talk about this Arsenal challenge, and then we'll go into the elephants in the room.
Asking us questions, you get me? Your team is not open dry yet.
And then we'll go into this big conversation about this so-called Manchester United legend and what's going on. I need to sample all of you's opinion about what's going on. So Ryan, please chime in on this right now. Liverpool, about 2 weeks ago, there was a big time report that came in on New York Times, and the big report down there was that Liverpool are going to be or are willing to accept certain kind of investment in order to buy up the club or to buy a particular share of the club. So, Ryan, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm still here. I think I'm still there. Have I been lost?
Hello, are you guys there?
Hey, Mons, put your phone down, bro.
I'm just saying, why is Simicast got more gear than the
Can you show some respect to the lieutenants, please?
Sorry, lieutenants. I just wanted to make sure that Simicast has more.
Are you guys there?
Simicast played less minutes.
Are you guys there? Can you hear me?
Has Tony lost us for real? Or is he playing games?
Can you hear us? Tony,
Hello. Are you guys there?
I think he's lost us.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Deji, can you still hear me?
I can hear you, Lieutenant.
I can hear everyone. Everyone's fine.
Oh, fuck you.
I think
Tony hear everyone.
Tony can't hear us.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah, Deji, Tony, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So a report came in. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
No, we can't.
Deji, you fucking with me, right? Okay. Okay, yeah. So, see, Ryan, a report came out 2 weeks ago about Liverpool. Of course, that a new buyer, it came out in the New York Times first, and some other outlets peddling that information everywhere. And of course, Liverpool fans were all in fanfare, enjoying and laughing or having a good wank to that. But see, it came out as a report in the New York Times that Liverpool is sourcing out for some kind of fund, maybe as part of an investment into the club, or maybe even an outright sale of the club. I don't know, but it had to do with people willing to sell the shares of Liverpool Football Club and sort of invite Asian money, that little bit of oil money, that liquor oil money back to Liverpool. See, do you think that if Liverpool gets this oil money down there to that football club, it will change everything, the whole dynamics? They could buy players that they want by January if this sale happens. What do you think? And Mons, I would like to sample your opinion on that. And Deji, you have to talk back. You have to holler back at Mons after him. So, Ryan, what do you have to say? Liverpool to be bought by Dubai owners.
I don't know. It's one of them things where is it just news? We don't. Is it just rumours or what? I don't know. They've been very stable since Henry took over them. So it's weird that that's come out like that. But obviously, if they got a lot of money, it seems like they've got money anyway. They're splashing out money on Nunez in the summer, so I think they're okay anyway. Like Deji says, they've got a couple of the midfielder players could do with replacing, but it's not a big program that needs undertaking there. The squad is pretty sound, so I don't think Liverpool need that massive influx of money. Do you know what I mean? But then again, if they get it, it can only be good for them. But like I said, I don't know if it's rumored or not. I've not read too much into it because I don't really care. But it is what it is. If they get money in and they can bring it in, then it's obviously going to be good for them, innit? Obviously going to be good for them.
Mons, what do you have to say, man? Because I was watching your show. Man, you were in high spirits. You know, if you weren't a ladies' man, I would have been saying you were having a good wank to that. But I know you're a ladies' man, so there's no need for you to have a wank to that. So I'll leave that for the basement boys,
Hey.
Part of the Liverpool fan base who are having a wank on that. Dubai owners, what do you have to say to that, brother?
I mean, hey, man, see that oil money? Yeah,
oil money.
Hold on, look at this. How do I change my name quickly? I changed my name to Big Six Man's Monster with a dollar sign on the end. I had a dollar sign on the end.
Yeah, the dollar sign, brother.
At the end of the day, you see his owners, stiff fuckers, stiff man. Them man are stiff. Yeah.
Can't argue with that, man. Boss are always shit.
Your owners have only been decent for the last 2 years. You have pricks at the top as well. Your American owners don't give a dash half the time as well. They've done well for the last 2 years, but prior to that, they weren't investing enough in your club. You know what I'm saying? The Cronkies weren't doing it. And the Cronkies are similar to FSG, but the thing is with FSG, I don't agree on the fact that, we bought Darwin Núñez, so it seems that we spend our money. We have always had to sell to buy. There was no keep Mane and there was never a keep Mane and go and get Núñez as well. There was never a keep Wijnaldum and go and get as well. It was never a keep Coutinho and go and buy a VVD and Alisson like a Chelsea can.
I said you were stable. Yeah. I didn't say you were throwing money around. I said you were stable. Munzi, have you seen the baseball film Moneyball?
Yeah. No, I know what film you're talking about. I haven't actually seen it myself. I know what film you're talking about.
So obviously, J.W. Henry's in that at the end because what they did with that, he took under, and he's done that a similar thing the way he runs Liverpool. Obviously, but selling to buy and all that stuff, it comes into it a lot. I'm just saying the way he's run, you've been very stable. The signings you've made have been, look at Salah's and all them kind of the Manes and that. His signings, the Van Dijks. His signings are always very sound and very stable.
To me, that's down to Michael Edwards and Jurgen Klopp, personally, because, again, if you look at big signings, we usually sign 7s out of 10s. We get the 7s, and then obviously we kind of make them fit that system and they become a 9 or an 8 or, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way we work. I think the only really luxury guy that we've grabbed is Thiago. Really, that's the real, oh my days, that's a proper big name signing is probably Thiago, innit? The rest of them are like decently good. Like Salah was not a world beater. Mane was not a world beater. VVD, I was laughed at when we signed him because of the price tag. Alisson was Chesney's understudy a year before we bought him. People forget that Alisson was not no world beater.
He's a baller, Alisson.
Yeah, and he was Chesney's. Just remember, we bought Alisson off the back of one good season.
Yeah,
one good season.
True.
But I'm sorry.
So I was just saying. So my point, just my point is that, yes, there's a stability there with the club, but I do generally think that it's also down to very good management, because the second one of those signings goes wrong, 1-2 of those signings does go wrong, then everyone turns an eye and go, why have we had to sell a man to go and buy a man? Like, do you know what I'm saying? And I think to be able to sustainably compete, you can't consistently sell to buy. If you want to consistently compete. If you want to compete in patches, as I said, like kind of what Liverpool have done, compete for 2-3 years, fall off a little bit, then compete for another 2 years, fall off for a couple. Do you know what I mean? If you want to compete in patches, then sell to buy. That's what you're going to get. But if you
don't be ashamed of that. Don't be ashamed of that, bro. Because to be honest with you, real talk, Liverpool have gone to buy it the right way. Man United, Arsenal have gone to buy it the right way. Even my team. For me, I respect teams that actually work their way. No, we have to respect teams that build from the ground up. I'm not respecting Chelsea. I'm not respecting Man City. I'm not respecting PSG, because if Tottenham got Arab money tomorrow, Newcastle I'm respecting for now, because they could have gone whole with their transfer window. They haven't. They bought reasonable players that I think they could have got those players anyway before the takeover. But those players have come knowing that they can see what's coming around the corner. But for
But
me,
Bucky, they've bought
Tottenham had the
Isaac for
opportunity-
£70 million
No, can I
from,
just
from
say-
Real Sociedad. They've
What I
bought
will-
in
what I-
Guimaraes.
what I will
Come
say
on,
is
bro.
this. What I will say is this: is there's going to come a point where all the world's billionaires are going to own a team, and then what? We're just going to have stalemate. That's really what it is, isn't it? Because I feel like the billionaires are ruining the game. But if you're fortunate enough, like I feel like Man City fans and Chelsea fans can't legitimately celebrate their club's success because they didn't build that. They had a sugar daddy support them to where they were, and that to me
right?
just feels a little bit nasty. I don't know if I would be happy and pumping chest if I had a sugar daddy get Tottenham to where they need to be. I'll take it.
Shots fired, Mons.
I'd feel
You're crying
soiled.
for that sugar
I
daddy.
feel dirty.
You're crying for that sugar
Can I
daddy.
just
That sugar daddy oil money.
Can I just answer the assemble?
I'll reply afterwards. He's got a point in what he's saying.
The assemble threw a question at me, and I don't want to miss it. He says, Deji, with the deepest respect, is it possible that you underestimated Arsenal, overestimated Spurs? It does appear that way at the moment. Yes or no will suffice. The assembled, you bloody know that yes or no from me. I'm going to give you an answer, but I have to quickly explain. I agree. I think I underestimated Arsenal, but I think everybody did. So me underestimating you is nothing new. However, I don't think that I overestimated Spurs. Spurs are in the top 4 and in the last 16 of the Champions League. So where is the overestimation for my beloved club? Yes, I underestimated Arsenal. I have to rejig my prediction. My prediction has moved from 8 to top 4. With respect, it has.
We'll come to that topic, and Mons will also tell us what he thinks about that.
But look, Tony,
So
I'm not gonna lie. Ryan there looks like he's been on the stream for 2 hours.
I have been on the stream for 2 hours, man.
He has been on the stream.
You might have to do a part 2.
Like, I just wanted to say personally, I understand there's the whole moral way of doing it, right and wrong. I don't respect the way Man United. Obviously, they did it the right way under Fergie. You know what I'm saying? The way they did that. But then the way they're doing it now, I can't respect it. You know what I'm saying? It's Glazers out, but they're still getting a 300 million budget. Yeah, it might be getting taken out of the club, but they have never had to sell to buy. They've never had to have that model. Like, how can you spend $1 million and still be shit? It goes beyond me. Just like Chelsea, 300 million to regress doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
I was talking about it, and CFCOG
their conversation
flied away. You know,
Kukurea 60 million. Kukurea 60 million. No one's talking about it. Koulibaly supposed to come in and be top 3 centre backs in the world. No one's talking about it. But anyway, I'm not going to get to Chelsea in a second. But
Facts.
I'm not going to get to that. By the way, big up Miss Melina. I hope she's having a speedy recovery. Obviously, heard what happened.
Miss Melina. She's a big friend of our show. She's recovered.
So best wishes and prayers to her. I hope she's recovering very well.
Yeah.
But anyway, just to carry on what I was saying. So I just think that the reason why I'm happy to get the sugar daddy in, like I'm happy with that. I'm so okay with it because do you know what it is? I can't be put in the same bracket as City. I can't be put in the same bracket as Chelsea. Do you know why? Because you see, when they got taken over, they didn't have no clout. You see me. I've done it the right way. I've won it all in the last 4 years. I've won it all in the last 4 years without having to splash all your money. We did it, as you said, the right way. So now, if we want to have investors, it's not like we don't have clout, bro. I have clout. It's not like they've risen me from League 2 all the way to the Premier League, or they've risen me from 14th all the way to the top 4. I had clout. I've done it. I've done it with stiff owners.
So, bro, you're ready to shake your ass,
bro. Give me the sambos. Give me the pom poms, G. I'm there.
But Ryan, but Ryan and Deji, you have to accept it. Football has changed. Without the sugar daddies, there's no how your team will compete in the 21st century. Look at Newcastle. Immediately these guys come in. These guys are in top 3. Do you know the last time Newcastle was top 3 in the league, my brother?
Listen to this, and this will be the last comment because I really need to bring in the lieutenant and show lieutenant respect. The way football is going, you can make any dead food team a Premier League winner. So, for example, if a Arab billionaire decides to go to buy Colchester or bloody Yeovil. Imagine Yeovil winning the Premier League. I mean, it's a disaster. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're opening up.
Deji, we live in a world. Deji, we live in a world where Harry Maguire is earning 250 racks a week, bro. Money makes the world go round, like it or hate it.
The world go round, bro.
No, bro, what we're saying is, imagine this though. Imagine this fool. That all the billionaires in the world said, you know what, fuck it, let's do something funny. Let us go to League One or League Two and pick out random couple clubs. So I'm talking Cheltenham FC, I'm talking Swindon Town, I'm talking, Yeovil, I'm talking Torquay United. These are teams you'll never see. Yeah, Macclesfield. Yeah, them type of teams. Spend money, and then those are the reason why our clubs get displaced. Are you going to be cool with that, bro? Are you going to be cool with that? Because that's what you're saying.
Ryan, are you going to be cool with that? If a team like Macclesfield just comes in, Yeovil comes in with a big bang, buy big players, and are winning the league, and Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspurs, Tottenham Hotspurs has never won Premiership. I'm sorry, Liverpool, Manchester United, and they just take over. That's what
we're opening ourselves up for. Sorry, Lieutenant.
That's just the way it's going. I mean, since the dawn of the Premier League, where they got together and made that, and then there was Sky coming in. It's just that's just the way it's going. It's a money game. All it is. I don't know if talent's gone out of it or grassroots is dying out of it. I don't know what it is, but just money is, whether I want it to or not. I can't stop it. I do agree with what Deji said. What Deji said before about if he was a Chelsea or a City fan, I always think that as well. Like we've won the league, say in 2004. Without that kind of money, without them kind of owners, and that feels like you worked your fucking ass off to get it. But supporting the team where money's just come in, and you've got Guardiola who managed fucking Barcelona and Bayern Munich, and do you know what I mean? Like honestly, I agree that I wouldn't feel like we'd won it as well as the teams that had won it without them big investors, but. It's them investors, the guys that are in, and I just I don't like it, but there's nothing we can do to fucking stop it, is there?
No, but it's ruining the game, because what it
it's
is
ruining the game. See, I totally understand that, but there will come a time where if you are not owned by one of these oil rich guys from from Dubai or the UAE, wherever Qatar, wherever they come from, if you're not being owned by those guys, you won't be winning the league. That's what it's coming to.
Can I just say?
And it's the 21st century.
I hear you.
And again, Deji, do we have the right? Do we have the right to discriminate against wind?
I'll tell you what it is. This right here, without sounding too philosophical, is about humanity now. It's about humanity, and it's about our game. Let me tell you why. We got Elon Musk firing Twitter staff left, right, and center, and replacing them with bloody robots. Yeah. And what you're saying to me is, if we allow this money thing, what will happen is that there's only going to be 8 teams in the Prem. In fact, there's going to be 8 teams in football in this country, because all the others would be dead. Is that what we want? 8 teams playing each other like 10 times a season. Because that's where we're heading. Because the others can't compete already. The Luton Towns, the Norwiches, the teams in the Championship, the gap is already so wide. And if we go down this road, this is why there was outroar at the league, the little special European league. That special European league would have done the rest of the country. It would have just been the top 6, and that's it. Now, if that's what you want, then I might as well start looking at Major League. I might as well look at baseball or something, or NBA, because that's where we're going, and that's just going to ruin football. What makes the FA Cup, even though I think it's still a Mickey Mouse Cup, But what makes it so great is the thought, is the thought that a non-league side could play against the big boy team and have a major upset. That's the beauty of the cup. But that rarely happens. Rarely. Do you know what I'm saying? So the magic of the game is being lost, guys. And I think
so if Liverpool have these new owners right now, they come, they buy the club, they pump in money into that team in a way that they buy lots of great players and they bring them down there. Deji, and they win that trophy. Liverpool wins the league next season. When these new owners buy up this club, will you attach the same type of respect you gave a Manchester United winning the league title, in the mid 2000s, or would you attach the same respect that we give to like a team like Arsenal for winning that 03-04 invincible season?
Liverpool will get no respect, but they would.
If this new owners come in,
they would have got another trophy. But I will say this: they would have soiled themselves. They would have been filthy and dirty to do it. But if Liverpool do it, let me just remind you of one thing that we keep forgetting. There's still only one Premier League. There's still only one Champions League. So something's got to give. And if all the Arab and Russian and all these other billionaires come and buy every single team in the Prem right now, only one person can win. And so I don't know where they're going with this. I think it'd be a shame for Liverpool to get taken over, because once Liverpool gets taken over, Tottenham will get taken over next, because we've got the infrastructure. Everything is in place but the team on the pitch. And so for me, they're an investment waiting to happen.
Mons, do you agree with Deji Sports? It says that if you win a title next season and you're being bought by these Dubai owners, this Dubai sugar daddies coming in, that he won't attach any respect to your title win if you indeed win the title next season. What do you say to that before we go to that Arsenal talk?
I'm not winning anyway, so I don't think
next season.
I'm saying next season I'm not winning the Premier League. So therefore, you see the difference between winning with respect and winning with respect. I'm not even winning. So let me win first, and then we can talk about whether I do it the respectful way or not. But you know what I'm saying? I've already done it the respectful way. So if I do it the disrespectful way, I'm still a winner. Hey, you know what I'm saying? One thing, like, as good as Tottenham can never be, you man ain't winners. So it's like, you get like you, and I'm not even saying that say, Tottenham. That's not even a low blow of a dig. You man don't win that. So
it's definitely a low blow. And it's definitely
the best thing.
It's absolutely disgusting of you to refer to me in such a degrading manner. And what I will say to you is, we'll take this up on your show later in the week.
Guys, let's go into.
At the end of the day, bro, I don't see, as I said, because I've got clout, I don't see the harm in being bought, bro. I don't see it because I'm tired of. My expectations is consistent.
You just want to shake your ass for a few dollar bills.
Ryan.
Hey, never knock a man's grind. Never knock a man's grind.
Ryan, please can you ask the house, about,
we got to wrap up,
we'll wrap up.
Till morning.
No, in just 10 minutes, 12 minutes, we'll finish up. Ryan, about the Arsenal talk, do you have any question to ask these guys?
Main thing, I just, like as that day said, it's going on now. So I want some top four predictions. I want honest top four predictions. Let's give it. Let's show some disrespect to each other. Let's have your top four. Open and honest top four.
I've already got.
Deji, look confused. What's up, man?
Deji Sports, Mons, and then me, I would say something. Okay. Private
Man City, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Wait. Come again. Come again.
Spurs second. It's a typical Deji shout there. There's no surprise.
Spurs second.
Surprise with that one.
Okay.
You asked for my opinion. I gave it. At the end of the day, We were 9 points behind Arsenal last year, at this time last year. And guess what? We beat them to 4th by 1 point.
Not the same.
Currently, they're 8 points ahead of Spurs. Can Spurs catch Arsenal? Of course they can. And let me quickly tell you another reason why. Me and Mons, this is the only thing that me and my brother are going to agree with. Yeah, apart from the fact that we've both got black hats as well and black hoodies. Is that both our teams have actually gone through an injury, a bit of a barren run, and we've had injuries. So far, you brothers have been fine. I saw a stat today that Arsenal have had the least amount of changes to their first 11 than any other team in the Prem. So we know, given the Premier League, that at some point you man are gonna have your blip and you man are gonna have some injuries. It's just when. So for me,
but we've been having injuries. Tierney has been injured. Zichenko has been injured.
Don't talk about idiot players, bro. We talk about big game players. You ain't had a big game player out. If you had, let me just say this. You can agree with me. If these men had Jesus out for the length of time that Diaz or Kulusevski's been out, would they be top?
I wouldn't even say Jesus. Give Partey a 5.
Exactly, bro. Put some respect on it, my dog.
Yeah, give Partey. Partey goes out of that team. The dip from Partey to Lebongos is colossal. It is colossal. Like, I don't know what company saw in Lokonga. Probably the same shit you man saw in who's the youth that went? Who's the left wing back you lot had? Oh my god, he's at Marseille right now.
Oh, Tavares, Nuno
Tavares, that horrific footballer. Now,
boys banging in goals in Marseille. He's banging in goals in Marseille. He's having a good time down there.
Pepe was banging in goals in that French league, bro. But like, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that, and I think I went too far. I say horrific footballer, but Nuno Tavares is not it. They use the word raw, but really use just shit. But I think the drop off. I think as far as 11s go, Arsenal probably is as good as it gets right now in terms of 11s, bar maybe City. I think you lot got the 11 really sorted out. But I think you lot have 12 really good players. And then the second it goes to the 13, 14, like you can see it in the Europa League, like certain man was spinning your, like I expect you to fly. You did fly, like to me, I believe when the Europa League starts to pile up, I don't even think it's when they get their injuries, Deji. It's when the Europa League knockouts start coming in, bro. Yeah. Them times there. And obviously, Arsenal do have a lot of hurdles to climb over, and so far, a lot of men have said, "Oh, Arsenal going to fall off at the end of August." They didn't. Arsenal going to fall off at the end of September. They didn't. Arsenal going to fall off at the end of November. They didn't. Arsenal going to fall off before the World Cup. They still didn't. So right now, I have to put respect on the fact that they've overcome every single hurdle we put in front of them. But I still believe that
it's been light work.
The hurdles that you have to come are different to the ones.
Yeah, I respect that, man.
Good. So what's your straight up top? Because Deji, we have to close the show now together. So yeah, what's your top 4 prediction, Mont? Deji has given us his. So what's yours?
City, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool.
So you still don't think Arsenal is going to win the league?
No.
Oh my god. Okay.
You know what this is?
Even Private Ryan doesn't think that Arsenal's going to win the league.
Okay, but Mons, complete your top 4. Complete your top 4.
I was 8 years old when you last won the league. I'm now 25.
Hold on, there's a point somewhere. I think there's a point somewhere. What's the point of that?
You lot don't know what it's like to race for the title. You've forgotten. It's long gone in your memories.
My God. Bro. How many years between your Premier Leagues was it? Was it 19, 20?
It was
21 years. Was it between them?
This is where you felt like you fell for my trap card. Once we won the Prem, we'd been in 2 title races already, so we knew what it was like to be in a title race. In a race, you don't have not been in a title race. And don't tell me Leicester season. Don't tell me Leicester season. I'm not trying to hear Leicester season.
Only you can call in the comments. Apparently, you're way behind on the comments.
But look, I got so quick. Yeah. So Mons, please complete your top 4, and then Ryan, and then we'll just go. Deji, please, because I want you to be here before we finish. So yeah, Mons, you said Man City first,
Arsenal second. Okay. I believe Arsenal win the Europa League though. That's what I believe. Europa League. Or at least get to the final. I see a good run in the Europa League. But that's why I feel like you won't win the league, because you will get far in the Europa League. I reckon you get knocked out round of 16, then we maybe can start talking about a better title run for me. I don't believe you do the same for both of them. Third place, Tottenham comfortably, and I think Liverpool picked fourth place.
Good. That's okay. See, Ryan, we got what we needed. As for me, Arsenal is going to win the league this season. I've been saying it since we started the season, even before we started. No, I'm serious, man. This will shock guys, man. And everyone is shocked right now. They're shook. But no problem. We're top of the league, 5 points ahead. No problem. Let's sip tea and wait. Arsenal win the league this season. Manchester City second. I see... Man, I see Newcastle coming third this season. And then, I'm sorry, Mont, but I see Tottenham Hotspurs coming fourth this season. I think they will get back their gunners. They will get Richarlison back and get all the shooters back, and they will rally round. And trust me, when these guys want to rally round, they will rally round, and they will, wrap
Remember,
up
we
that
got the
top
January
four.
window for me to get my midfield back. By the way,
Yeah, probably. Guys, yeah, thanks for coming to the show. See, Mons, please.
Can we get Lieutenant Ryan real quick prediction?
Ryan, please, quick, man. Top 4 prediction.
Man City, Arsenal, and then it's a toss-up with quite a few squads to go for the third, fourth, and whatever positions. And yeah, you know what? At the minute, I fancy Newcastle for third. I really do. So I'm going to give Newcastle third, and then fourth I'll give to, well, we had the bet before, Deji, so fourth's got to go to Liverpool.
Do you know what? I hope you lose all your subscribers on this particular show. Like disgusting statement. I hope you lose every subscriber.
Guys, shout out your channels, please. We'll start with you, Mons, because you're a special guest here. Deji's already a regular here with us. He's a big time hitter down here,
I have to go. Thank you, Ryan. I'm coming back for you. Peeps, find me on the channels. Mons, big up to you. I'm coming on your show this week to chop you up because I ain't finished with you. Tony, I'll see you tomorrow on Minority Report. Ryan, big up to you in your chest. But guys, sorry, I have to go.
Yeah, take care, Deji. Yeah. Mont, please, of course, you're in this show, man. Just shout out your channel and please promise these guys that you'll be back again, man. Because Mont, before I could get you here, it's like, man, see, you know what? I've been around where a United States president has been, I've been around that circle before. I was a journalist before. So I've been there. It was easy to get down there, as a journalist. But bro,
Tony,
to get you on a show, it's like
Tony,
to cut and see the president of the United States of America. Brother, before I could get you on the show, it was war, man. I need to get you on, brother. You could see the chemistry. They all like you, man.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. It's obviously just difficult because I recently, these last 3 months, have been very busy.
Oh, where's Ryan? Ryan has left. Okay.
These last few months, I generally like these last few months have been very busy YouTube wise for me. Like, not even put the acting aside, like just YouTube wise, the channel's been doing so well and moving so fast, and it's quite overwhelming. And I've just had messages coming everywhere, and I just have to sometimes just keep my head on and just
keep your head,
time, because it's so hard to keep splitting my time when I'm working solely. I'm trying to focus on my channel a little bit to just keep going. But again, having the support of certain people, having troops be around me recently and stuff like that. And it's just, so getting love shown from all types of channels, yourself and whatnot. It's just been it's a lot, do you know what I mean? So I'm just trying my best to kind of be just a good content creator, be entertaining, be genuine, and guess I'm doing an okay job so far. So.
Yeah, man, you can see the chemistry here, man. They all like you here, man. So, bro, please, to be nice to have you here again, and of course, to be nice to have you to come to that Big Six show and show these guys a little bit of what I have, for you guys down there. So to be nice
you'll probably with me. I'll be honest, you just gotta catch me at the right time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you just gotta catch me at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, Ladimus.
Big up Ladimus. Ladimus, our guy. Yeah.
Gonna
Big ups,
ask
Ladimus. Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So can you shout out your channel and all of that, all those good stuff? Let them where they can find you.
Sorry, that comment from Ladimus is here. He said, if you're not going to offer the Barstool bag, Mons will take 5 to 7 days to reply to you. That's funny.
Fact. Well, it's fact.
That is funny.
Ever since Troops and Mons became brethren, it's become big time. If you're not going to offer the Barstool bag, Mons will take 5 to 7 work days to reply back to you. Man, Ladimus, man, thanks for doing that, bro. It's fact. But Ladimus and, of course, Mons are very, very big friends, actually, of this whole industry shit. They're big friends. Yeah, so Mons, please shout out your channel where they could find you. If you're gonna come back to this channel and make it your sister or your brother station, man, because Mons, I really need you, man. I need you, my brother. I need you, man.
Again, bro, I would never ever lie to someone. I cannot promise I'll be on the channel loads. I can't be on any channel.
No, not loads, but at least at least just pop in, bro.
I will be back. I will be back at some point during the World Cup. I can't say when.
Big ups, man.
I'll be back at some point. But yeah, go subscribe to Big Six Pants. A lot of chaos over there. The numbers are going crazy. We're just trying to get to 3,000 subscribers. We literally hit 2,000 about a month and a half ago. Hit 1,000 not too long ago before that. So it's really been moving super quick. So let's keep the snowball effect going. More subscribers, more members. Just go subscribe if you want to see the chaos. As I said, right now, I'm not actually Liverpool at the moment. We've just had a World Cup show, and all of us on Big Six Pants, part of the gang, have now been assigned our World Cup squads. I have got Belgium, Kiers has got Portugal, Katie's got Argentina, and Corey's got the Netherlands. So now we wholeheartedly support those countries throughout the World Cup, and then when that is finished, we go back to our respective clubs. So I'll still be doing Liverpool content on the side, but we are focusing on World Cup stuff. So if you want to see all of that, go and subscribe. Make sure you smash a like on the channel.
What do you have coming up? Is there any other thing you have coming up?
Some stuff on the Ronaldo saga for tomorrow. Some Ronaldo talk tomorrow. And then team of the season so far, maybe on Sunday before the World Cup starts, before the first game. Man, guys, thanks to everyone, who have been part of this show. Thanks to, of course, my partner, Ran Maguire. I had to run up real quick. Thanks, Ran, for being on the show for nearly 2 hours plus. Thank you, Deji Spores, my brother, for being here. Me and Deji would be here again, just me and him. Me and Deji have a long-running show. It's episode 13. Can you guys believe it? Of the Minority Report for me and Deji. It's a big one. It's our roundup for the season. So join me and Deji here tomorrow, 8 to 9 p.m. for that show tomorrow. And of course, on Friday, I should be having another show. I'll let you guys know and all of that. Like, subscribe, go and subscribe to Big Six Bands. He's a friend of this station. And of course, I want him to be my friend. I won't lie that maybe we're friends or something like that, but I want him to be friends, I want to be friends with this dude. He's a great guy, I just started him pop into the show, he didn't give me too much, he just set a day and he said, hey man, I'll come to your show. So Mons, man, enough respect from me, enough respect from other people from this show. Thank you very much, brother, and God bless you. God bless your hustle, my brother, man. Peace, everyone, man. Peace out. Big ups. Miss Melina as well. Big up Miss Melina as well.
And Miss Melina, thank you for being on the show with us, Miss Melina. And thank God you're up and running. Speedy recovery more to come to you. Big ups. Thank you, everyone. Bye. Big ups.
Take care, people.
Yeah, take care.